Okay, we are kicking this off. Welcome to another episode of the Beyond the Sun podcast. This is a podcast where I help multi-passionate women confidently choose their purpose and navigate their path using their unique birth map through my GPS framework, my 3-step GPS framework. Who am I? Hi, I'm a multi-passionate woman named Nubia. I became my own astrologer and chose my career, my first career, at the age of 43. I've learned that while we're not born with a manual for navigating life, each and every one of us was born with a map unique to us individually. And I've learned that I was born to help people navigate their map, choose their purpose, and finally experience the life they want to live. This episode, we are talking about the foundations of the themes for Sagittarius season. We just wrapped up Scorpio season where we're transcending fear, and we have entered Sagittarius season. I like to think of Sagittarius season as the fool's journey, going the distance and telling the story after your experience. What is so, inspirational about Sag season is this idea of belief. Because if you're familiar with tarot and you think of that card, the Fool, and the theme of tarot, the Fool goes on the Fool's journey. And you have to have a certain amount of faith to even set out on the journey. And what the Fool learns by going the distance is they learn about themselves. Let us each be the fool. Let us transcend our fear, wrapping up Scorpio season, and go on the fool's journey, F around to find out, and then tell the story. I know a Sagittarius who is one of the best storytellers I've ever known. She happens to be my godmother. I am of the Lukumi faith, and to think of this woman who was well respected, she ordained me, and she's a spiritual leader. So she also she tells an amazing story about how she exercised her faith when she first became acquainted with Lukumi. And hearing her story is just a testament to what it means to have faith, to exercise faith. And she tells the story. So that is the theme we are exploring as we set out in the beginning of Sagittarius season. If you are a multi-passionate woman and you want to confidently choose your purpose finally, you have to set out on the journey. You have to transcend your fear and go the distance. One thing that I want to get clear about Sag season also is that fear doesn't go away, but you shift your perspective to be childlike in that you can be curious about what's ahead instead of fearful. So Scorpio is a water sign. It's a fixed quality. Sagittarius is a fire sign. And how do I describe Sagittarius? So it's a mutable sign. It has some flexibility. And Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. I have heard Jupiter be compared to Santa Claus. It's like, how can you be sad, right? And being a fire sign, people who are sad just are always on the move. Sagittarius is associated with long distance travel, higher education, and it's the opposite of its air sign Gemini, which is associated with the local community, local travel, and primary education. So as we set out on the beginning of Sagittarius season, I want to give you an idea of someone who's born in the beginning stages of Sagittarius season. Jimi Hendrix, born November 27th. He had a memorable performance of the Star-Spangled Banner, like gifted musician. He brought such a flair to the US's national anthem. So something that is so traditional. He learned the foundations. He went on the journey to learn his style, to set out on the distance of learning how he wants to play, and he learned the rules so that he could break them and to come back and tell the story. And his story was this memorable performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's think about how you can finally, when you don't know what to do with your life, you can choose your purpose by demonstrating what you've learned and having faith to do that. By the way, if you would like to learn about, or if you want me to tell the story of how I use astrology to help me understand my Lukumi faith better, let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know you leave a feather or something in the comments, a feather emoji, to let me know. Okay, if you are enjoying this conceptual section of the podcast, let me move to some concrete information. So, if you can't seem to figure out what to do with your life and you have multiple passions, there are just too many ideas going on that one idea will not justify your greatness, let me be the first to tell you that you are fooling yourself. I, at the age of 43, had so many ideas that I didn't master one thing, and I didn't have anything to show for all the education I had done. But now I am putting that to use. I chose the career of a technical writer, and if you would like to learn about how to get into technical writing, leave me a pencil emoji in the comments. I learned by becoming my own astrologer that technical writing or writing in general would be a good career that I would be suited for. And because I'm in the industry that I'm in, it's a well-paying career. So I chose to become my own astrologer so that I could choose a career. Now that I've chosen a career, I can lean into experiencing fulfillment by helping other multi-passionate women make a choice, experience fulfillment, and then move to the next choice. Because once you do one thing, life is about unfoldment. Okay, we are creators, and once we create something, that's going to spill into the next thing. So, even though you don't know everything, remember that you don't know everything, so stop acting like you have to know. When you don't know what to do, give yourself permission to know what you know. Be confident in that and share your expertise the same way that I'm doing. I have moved past one stage, and now I can help the person who was at the stage that I was at. With the start of Sagittarius season, this is the time to express that fire quality and do something. It's time to supplement your education through experience. You gotta F around to find out. Do something. And with us being currently with Mercury in retrograde, we can revisit an idea that we had. So revisit the idea. Somebody recently posted a video on YouTube saying when you don't know what to do with your life, go within and use your intuition. And that is 100% correct. And now, here are some concrete steps to supplement that. I think that was Timothy Ward who posted that video. So I will link to that video. When you don't know what to do with your life, essentially he summed up by saying go within, because your intuition is correct. Your intuition is correct. So if you have multiple ideas and you want to choose something, I encourage you to give yourself permission to be multi-passion, and then understand that what's required for anything to come to fruition is discipline, accountability, and support. But that doesn't mean it has to not be fun. So here's where the action comes in. Book a consultation with me. We can examine the position and the condition of the sun sign and the sun location in your birth map so that we can get a feel for who you are at your core. This is part of my GPS framework where we get clear on who you are and where you are and your goal. Then we find your "You are here" pin on your birth map, so we can get a picture for after we've established what the goal is, we see where you are in reference to the area where your goal is. And then we go beyond the sun sign to pinpoint where you are on the map, and then set you up for success by crafting a strategic step-by-step plan to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And like I said, that accountability and support and discipline that you need is something that coaching offers. And I offer coaching through my consultancy. I am definitely keeping this format a true podcast because let me tell you, I want you to come back to this. I want you to listen to this podcast episode while you are multitasking, while you are being fiery and moving your body, or while you are actively resting. You can rest your eyes and have your ears open so that once this episode is over, you can get to work on the laptop or whatever it is you use to research your next step. Speaking of next step, I want you to share what is one action that you will commit to doing over the next week so that you can finally choose your next purpose and experience fulfillment. We are in the beginning of Sagittarius season. We're exploring that higher learning aspect. We're going on the journey. We are the Fool. We go the distance, and then we commit to effing around to find out so that we can come back and tell the story. If any of this was helpful for you, leave me a note. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. Let's have a conversation in these comments. If this was helpful, share it with someone. I am working on building an audience here, building a community. So if you know someone that could benefit from this, share it, leave a comment, like the episode. And until next time, this is Nubia with Beyond the Sun podcast, and I will see you at beyondthesunconsulting.me. Until then, take care.